When you're starting off learning Microsoft Dynamics 365, there is a huge amount of stuff that you need to learn, and there's a lot of sources for that learning as well. In this lesson, I want to introduce you to Microsoft Learn. It's part of Microsoft Docs. You might be familiar with that, or you might not, and if you're not, I need to talk to you about that as well. So in a browser of your choice, you're going to go and open up a new tab. We're going to type in docs.microsoft.com, press enter, that'll load up, and first one, Docs, is your reference for all of the Microsoft technologies and platforms and applications. So if you need an answer for a question, that's where you would go to first. Then here in the menu bar at the top, you'll see there's a link to Learn. So if you click on that, that'll open up Microsoft Learn for you. Now this is a free resource, and it provides you with various levels of learning for all the applications, for many job roles that you have out there. Now you can quite happily use Learn anonymously, but if you sign in, if you set up an account, there's some advantages that come with it. So you'll see here at the top, there's a sign in button. Now I've obviously logged in previously, so I'm just going to step through that process. But if you do this for the first time, obviously you're going to go and step through a whole sign in process. You'll see here I'm welcome back. If I go back up to my profile here, you'll see that I have access to obviously my profile, but then specifically bookmarks and collections, and that's what I want to focus on, is the bookmarks, because very often you start off with learning, you get to a particular point and you kind of like need to place that bookmark so that you can get back to it. So be sure to sign in, set up your profile, and use those bookmarks and collections. So a bookmark, very simply, let's say that I started a particular learning path here. I'm just going to grab one of these. I'm going to click there on a learning path, and I've gotten to a particular point, and at this point I want to take a break, or I need to carry on with something else. You'll see here I've got a bookmark option. I go and click on that bookmark option. Next time that I log in and I need to carry on, I simply go to my profile, click on bookmarks, and there we go, there's my bookmark. So click on that and I can carry on from where I left off. So the bookmarks carry with it a lot of advantages, a lot of tools that you can use. The other thing that's pretty cool is that you'll see here, as you progress through the levels, you earn experience points, and of course those experience points are linked to your profile, so you can keep track of how much you've learned, and you can use that as proof if required. All right, let's go and look at the structure of Learn. Starting off from this example course that we clicked through just now, I'm going to go back to the homepage for Learn. So I'm just going to click on this link here in the breadcrumb trail at the top. So that'll take me back to the homepage, and you'll see I'm welcome back. There's a couple of items that I started working on. So you'll see there it gives me the percentage of the course that I've completed already. I'm not interested in that for the moment. What I'm going to do here is go to Products. I'm going to click the little drop down there, and I'm specifically going to look at the Dynamics 365. So I'm going to click on that. Note that you've got Power Platform, Teams, Microsoft 365, Azure, and so on. But I'm going to specifically go to Dynamics 365. So click on that, and it's going to list a couple of things that I need to take note of. Community and the events coming up. Community is a very good thing to join up with that. Also, I've been ignoring this, but you'll see Microsoft Ignite. There's a notification of that going up. Very good event to register for, just so you can get a quick update on what's happening, what's the new changes that have come through on the applications, brand new additions to the applications, and so on. So go and have a look at that. All right, back to Learn here. So here, Microsoft Dynamics. There's a couple of paths here. If I scroll down, you see there's a couple of paths here to note. but I just want to show you the filtering quickly. So I'm going to click here on browse all the Dynamics 365 learning paths. And then in this list here, I'm going to go and select, I'm just going to deselect Dynamics 365 because I'm looking for a very specific application. So for that, Dynamics need to expand that there, and then in that list I'm looking for sales, so I'm going to select sales. So that will trim down the learning paths and the modules for me for sales specifically. Below that I've got my roles, so depending on the role that I need to fulfill, I can go and look at things like administrator, so all the administration of that application, or I can look at developer if there's if I'm interested in the development, the programming side of things, or I can go to functional consultant, which is more of an all-round insight into the application and the abilities of that application. So I'm going to select that functional consultant there. And then below that, I've got an option to pick the level at which I want to learn. So for now, for this demo, I'm just going to select beginner. Right, and then below that you'll see there I've got types, so either a learning path of the module. A learning path is made up of various modules, so if I need to review a very specific item, I can select modules and go through that. But for us, once again, as an introduction to sales, I'm going to say we're going to pick learning path here, and that will then allow us to get into sales. So this packs a whole set of modules for you together, and it takes you through that learning process. So you'll see here right at the top, I've got learn the fundamentals of Dynamics 365 sales. It's exactly the kind of thing that I'm looking for. This is aimed at a business analyst and beginners. I'm good with that. So I'm just going to click on that, and it'll open up that learning path for me. Right, now it's simple enough. I can start it here and then just work through that. I'll earn my experience points. You'll see there's my experience points per module, and then the total course brings me in 3,800 experience points. But I can also bookmark it, and I can add it to a collection. So a collection would be kind of like an entire course that you want to complete. Bookmark is, like I explained earlier, just a place where I stopped and I want to pick up again. So on this course, it'll show you this is the first module, and in this module, that's what I'm going to learn, and then I can move on to the next module. That's my next module, examining Dynamics 365 sales, and move on like that. So simple enough. I go and click on start. It starts me off on that that course, and yep, I work through each one of the pages. Once I'm done, click on continue, move on to the next page. So there we go. Microsoft Learn, a tremendous resource, free resource, very high quality content for you to get started on this learning path of yours. See you in the next video.